One of the most exciting aspects of the Bosnian Pyramid projects is the sacred geometry elements applied in their construction and the layout. The Giza Pyramid Complex consists of the Great Pyramid of Egypt with a height of 146.6 meters. And in the case of the Bosnian pyramids, the key structure is the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun with a height of 368 meters. At the Giza Plateau, 3 large pyramids and 4 surviving smaller pyramids, the Sphinx, the Valley Temple, and at least 4 levels of underground tunnels. The Bosnian Pyramid Complex consists of at least 6 pyramids, 2 tumuli, at least 2 levels of underground tunnels. We have discovered 7 entrances, and we suspect there are probably up to 7 levels of those tunnels. The Great Pyramid of Egypt has almost perfect orientation to the cosmic north, with the error of 0 degrees and only 3 minutes. The northern slope of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, according to the measurements by the State Institute for Geodesy from Sarajevo, 3 engineers, total station scientific instruments, and the error is 0 degrees, 0 minutes, and only 12 seconds, the most precise on the planet. Egyptologists are aware of such precise side orientation. They don't know why. They speculate because of the underworld. Independent researchers also are aware of this fact. They don't know why. The reason why, they don't have an engineering mind. If they do, they would know, like Nikola Tesla and many other researchers before and after his time, that everything is an energy. Our planet, huge energy ball, and 2 strongest energy flows are north-south, east-west. When you build 4-sided pyramid and orient it perfectly to the cardinal points, it initiates the movement of the energy inside the pyramid. The ancients were applying elements of sacred geometry when they were building their huge megalithic and pyramid constructions. What are the elements of sacred geometry? One of them, flower of life. Another one, Fibonacci or golden section spiral. Another one, number pi, 3.14, or number phi, 1.618, or equilateral triangle with inner angles at 60 degrees, or hexagon. The Fibonacci spiral or golden section spiral can be noticed everywhere in the nature, from the seashells, flowers, our DNA, storms, all the way to the galaxy spirals. It's a cosmic model how to create life. The ancient builders were creating the layout of the structures as a replica of Fibonacci spiral. The Great Pyramid of Egypt, the third largest at the Giza Plateau, or Mycerinus, Mycerinus, or Menkaure. Top of the Great Pyramid, top of the Small Pyramid, and top of Jebel el-Qibli, which is roughly natural pyramid hill. Connecting those tops, we are getting an equilateral triangle. In the Great Pyramid of Egypt, we have two more elements. The golden section, or number phi, 1.618, and number pi, 3.14. How do we calculate that? The length at the side, 230 meters, 0.4. Two lengths, 460.8, divided by the original height of 146.5, the result is 3.14. The Egyptologists, historians, elites from England claim that this pyramid was built by the 4th dynasty pharaoh, Pharaoh Khufu or Cheops. He lived and ruled 4,550 years ago. Well, at that time, people did not know about the number pi. Only 2,000 years later, with the ancient Greek mathematicians, people will get the rough idea about the number pi. And exact number, which is irrational number, only in the 17th century. But it is here, in front of our faces. Fibonacci spiral, the way to get it is each number is the sum of two previous numbers. For example, 1 plus 2 equals 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 5 plus 8, 13. 8 plus 13, 21. Connecting the corners of those squares, we are getting this beautiful spiral that can be met everywhere in the nature. In the case of humans, we can also witness how nature was using these numbers. For example, human face, the width and the height. The height is roughly 1.6 times longer than the width. Same thing goes from the tip of our nose to the mouth, and from the mouth to our chin. This length is 1.6 times bigger, longer than this one here. Our fingers, if we divide our finger to 3 parts, part number 1, fingertip, the medium section. The medium section is roughly 1.6 times longer than the first one. The same goes for the third section. Our DNA, the length of one complete span is 34 angstroms. and the width is 21. 34 divided by 21 equals 1.618. Golden section. There is almost no difference between golden section spiral and Fibonacci spiral. The only difference is at the very beginning. Namely, 1 divided by 1 is 1, 2 divided by 1, 2, but the third number in the sequence, 3 divided by 2, 1.5, the fourth one, 5 divided by 3, 1.66, 8 by 5, 1.6, 13 by 8, 1.62, and finally here, 1.61. So basically, the bigger the spiral, the match is complete. So if you use golden section spiral, you won't make a big mistake. Fibonacci spiral is more precise. Let's see, how did they apply it in the case of Egyptian pyramids? The Great Pyramid of Egypt, or Khufu, or Cheops, Khafre, or Khefren, Mykerinos. Now, using this as the key structure, like in the mirror, we can get 2 more pyramids. And now we start playing. From one corner, we go through the top of the second largest pyramid and the tip of the third one. In other corner, second largest, tip of the smaller one. And then from the middle, going to the third corner. This point is extremely important. That will be the beginning of the Fibonacci spiral. The spiral touches the corner of the Great Pyramid, corner of the second largest, and the corner of the third pyramid. This is the first Fibonacci spiral in the case of the Giza pyramids. The second one, the beginning of the spiral, which is always extremely important, will be from one underground structure at the Giza Plateau area. They call it King Thoth's Holy Chamber. According to some, this deity Thoth, who was symbol and god of wisdom, was actually the designer and the builder of this huge monumental complex. So we start from here, and then the spiral we have 3 tops of the 3 major Giza pyramids. And that's not all. When we connect this underground chamber with a valley temple, straight line, we go to the Sphinx and back to the chamber. Right angle, very important, and then this here is 28 degrees angle. If we continue with this line, we're going to end up in Hudson Bay, and before the end of the last ice age, this is where the northern pole was located. Another Fibonacci spiral. We start here, the Great Pyramid, second, the third one. Touches the second pyramid, going through the top of the Great Pyramid, touching the corner of the third pyramid. And inside the Great Pyramid, beginning of the Fibonacci spiral, in so-called King's Chamber, the spiral touches the bottom of the structure, middle of the height, and original top of the pyramid. So, the size of the structure simply had to be the way it is, and the layout and the Giza Plateau as well, because they match the elements of the sacred geometry. Let's go to the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun now. Combining the LiDAR technology with the satellite photos and topographic map, we get here the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun without the greenery, the forests, and the buildings that are built over there. This is how it looks like. 280 meters, that's very often mentioned, is here. Very obvious triangular face. However, based on the LiDAR technology, we can see that the corner goes all the way to the bottom of the valley. Here's the eastern slope, here's the northern slope. So the real height of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun is 368 meters, which is 2.5 times higher, taller than the Great Pyramid of Egypt. We've been applying the most precise methods for the layout and the heights, which is called the LiDAR technology. And we get the tops of all our pyramids: the Sun Pyramid, the Love Pyramid, Dragon Pyramid, Moon Pyramid, and so on. Why is that important? Because the accuracy is so good comparing to Google Maps. The Google Maps can make mistake or difference for hundreds of meters. In this case, it's less than 10 centimeters. So now, once we have exact locations of tops of those structures, we can start playing with the geometry. Connecting three tops of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, this one right there, it's a four-sided pyramid with the four corners, four triangular faces, and the perfect orientation to the cardinal points. When you connect it to the top of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Moon, the distance is 2,180 meters, roughly 2.2. From the Moon to the top of the Dragon, 2.2. From Dragon to the Sun, 2.2, or 2,180 meters each. Length from top to top. Inner angle is 60 degrees. This is perfect equilateral triangle, which is the part of the sacred geometry. Using the topographic map from the cadastral office from municipality of Visoko, where the pyramids are located, the same results. Top of the Sun Pyramid, top of the Moon Pyramid, top of Dragon Pyramid. Equilateral triangle. There are some people who are using the Google Maps trying to show that this triangle is not equilateral. For example, an archaeologist from the University of Texas writes about Bosnian pyramids as he's saying Bosnian pyramid hoax. And he's using the Google map and he's distorting them once he transferred them to Microsoft Word. This distortion, of course, affects the length. So now he's saying it's not 3 times 60 degrees, but 70, 60, but 50. Now, if we play in Microsoft Word, we can get even this. What we need to do, we need to use scientific tools. At this point, it is not a Google map, but LiDAR technology. So, For actual distances, lie there. The first triangle is here, Sun, Moon, Dragon. The second one, top of the Love Pyramid, top of the triangular face of Temple of Mother Earth, entrance to the tunnels and River Fonica, triangle within a triangle, sacred geometry. The main triangle, Sun, Moon, Dragon, in red. Now, let's make a circle touching those 3 points. Here's the center of the circle and the center of the triangle. Using the same radius, let's see what's going to happen. Starting from the center of the circle and the triangle. Top of the Moon Pyramid, top of the Dragon Pyramid. Center, top of the Dragon, top of the Sun Pyramid. Center, top of the Sun Pyramid, top of the Moon Pyramid. Flower of life. Not just any flower of life. This is hexagonal flower of life. Let's move on with more alignments with the help of our excellent field geologist Richard Hoyle from UK. Top of the Sun, top of the Moon, top of the Dragon. The rest of the structures, the Love Pyramid, Temple of Mother Earth, and we're adding a few more hills. They look irregular, but we're going to be using the tops of those hills. Krtnica, Četnica, Čemerišće, Smreka, and so on. First triangle, Sun, Moon, Dragon, is important because we have the similar scenario in Egypt, but also in Bolivia, Tijuanaco Plaza and Sun Temple, Acapena Pyramid, a beautiful step pyramid made from the granite blocks, obviously machined. Pumapunku, maybe most impressive pyramid in the area. Equilateral triangle, 3 triangles, 3 continents. Triangle. Now, on this circle, we have not only those 3 tops, but we have top of this hill called Četnica. And we connect tops of Krtnica, Četnica, and the center of the triangle, we are getting perfectly straight line. Now, in nature, if you are able to connect 3 different points, it tells us about the regularity. Of course, 2 points you can connect with no problem anywhere, but 3, it tells us probably there was an intelligent hands involved there. 1, 2, 3. The top of the triangular face of Temple of Mother Earth, the top of the Love Pyramid, the top of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun as the 3rd point, the top of the unnamed structure, and entrance to the Ravne tunnels. So we have 5 points, and they are connected with the perfectly laser straight line. Topographic map. Top of the Moon Pyramid, highest point at the Temple of Mother Earth, top of the Dragon Pyramid. Perfectly straight line, or this is how it looks like when you look at them from the top of the Sun Pyramid. Moon, Temple of Mother Earth, Dragon Pyramid. Perfectly straight. The ancients were very careful how they're going to lay out their structures. This is river Foinica, two major rivers in the Bosnian Valley of the Pyramids, River Foinica and River Bosna. This is the mouth of two rivers. After that, River Bosna flow to the north. It is the largest river in Bosnia-Herzegovina, and usually the ancients were using the waters of major rivers when building their pyramid sites. Egypt, China, Peru, Mexico, and other places. Let's take a look over River Foinica. Here it's flowing east-west, and all of a sudden, from the Dragon Pyramid, looks like somebody moved the river bed for 90 degrees, and the river now flows to the north, meaning this point of the mouth of two rivers is most probably artificially made. Let's take a look. When we draw the line from top of the pyramid of Bosnian Dragon, going north, the second element, top, north, and mouth. This line ends up exactly in the mouth of two rivers. I did mention this hill, Chetnica. We connect the top of the moon and then another top of the hill, Smreka. On this side, from Chetnica Hill, the highest point of Temple of Mother Earth, and top of the hill, Čemerišće. The question is, how many hills they were shaping, how many pyramids, structures they were making from the bottom up. Again, Sun, Pyramid of the Love, Krtnica and Chetnica. Sun, Love Pyramid, we connect them, their tops. This is the radius of the circle. Radius, another circle. Those same radiuses, 60 degrees. Why is that important? 60 degrees, which is the base to construct an equilateral trunk. So, Sun, Moon, Dragon, 60 degrees. The top of Chetnica, 60 degrees, and not only that, using the same radius here and there, we get the same circles, and this pair is the base for the Fibonacci spiral. So, Vesica Piscis, Sun, Love, Krtnica, Chetnica. Sun, Love, Krtnica, and Chetnica. And not only that, this radius and this circle exactly the same like the circle that shows the curvature of the Temple of Mother Earth. Nothing was coincidence in the Bosnian Valley of the Pyramids. Sun and Love, Krtnica and Chetnica. Fibonacci spiral. And also, we have the second flower of life, formed by those two pyramids, Pyramid of the Sun and Pyramid of the Love. Here it is. So, play between those four tops is giving us the second flower of life. And then we have the third one also. Just this time we are staying in the inner circle between sun, moon and dragon. But this time we are using different radiuses from center, top of the love pyramid. Center, highest point of temple of Mother Earth. And look what's happening. Now we are using also the other pyramids here. We are going to the more complex element of sacred geometry called the Fibonacci spiral. This is the pyramid of the sun, pyramid of the moon, temple of Mother Earth, pyramid of the dragon, pyramid of love, and all the way here is a tumulus. In archaeology, tumulus is artificial conical hill. And look what's happening. We are looking for at least 3 points that's going to be touched by this geometrical shape. We start at the top of the pyramid of love. Here's the spiral, top of the Bosnian pyramid of the sun. The highest point of the temple of Mother Earth, top of the pyramid of dragon, top of the tumulus in Vratnica. Amazing. Top of the sun pyramid, touching the moon pyramid, going through the temple of Mother Earth, top of the pyramid of dragon. Mouth of 2 rivers, river Fonica, river Bosna. Top of the moon pyramid, it touches 2 corners of temple of Mother Earth. This is tumulus in Vratnica, conical artificial hill. How do we know? Because we've done our archaeological digging, discovering these huge blocks, some of them reaching 25 tons. We start at the mouth of 2 rivers, river Fonica, river Bosna. The line is touching the top of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, entrance to the Ravne tunnels, top of the tumulus in Vratnica. Therefore, the key structure in the Bosnian Valley of the Pyramids, the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, has been connected with all other structures, forming a wonderful harmony among all those structures and being the biggest, the largest energy amplifiers of all on the planet. Maybe one day we will be able to see what the ancient builders are able to do. From what's today the green pyramid covered by soil, vegetation, forest, using the same shape, one day, maybe again, you're going to be able to witness this monumental structure again.